For my job, I travel across the country. But this trip was special. I flew out to Nashville, Tennessee and spent a couple days in the home of the Carpenters. This is their story. What's in there?
These are my daddy's Legos and he'll have to open it first. My daddy let me have all his toys.
He did?
See?
My name is Chrissy Carpenter, and I'm the wife of Lance Corporal Andrew Carpenter. I met Andy when I was working at the YMCA Fun Company. Andy had just come home from his boot camp after he had joined the Marine Corps, and he stopped by our school that we were working at. I just remember seeing him walk in and saying, hey, it was just any normal day of meeting someone new. When I first met him, I didn't expect us I didn't see us dating, but whenever he actually started chasing me a little bit, I think that it kind of, it just felt real, and it felt something was there, something was meant to be. We were engaged through his first deployment. I would write letters to him every single day. And when he got home, that's whenever we had our wedding. So we were married on January 1st, 2010. I remember having those butterflies. I remember getting dressed and being so excited and nervous. And I think seeing him for the first time right before I was gonna walk down the aisle, I still remember that. Ever since then, we just kind of took off from there. It was the end of August before he deployed again. I feel like those months were the best because the time that we did get to spend together, I cherished it every day. Of course, right before he left, I found out I was pregnant. I remember I sent him a picture when he got home of the pregnancy test, and his face lit up. And he just grabbed me and hugged me, and he was so excited, and I finally felt relieved that everything was going to be okay. We had about a week to 10 days before he had to leave again. He did get to go to one doctor's appointment before he left, where we did get an ultrasound picture, and we did get to hear the heartbeat. I was about 10 weeks pregnant, so that was really cool. He really enjoyed that. I do remember before he left, we picked out baby names. And so he actually helped me pick the name Landon. It was around Christmas time that year, whenever Andy was on his deployment, that he called me and he let me know they were being sent to Afghanistan. I remember one night he had called, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I could hear fear in his voice. But I told him that everything's gonna be okay and that he's gonna get to come home and he's gonna be fine. We just said, I love you over and over again until finally we had to hang up. That conversation was the very last conversation that I ever had with Andy. On Valentine's Day of 2011 was the day that I had gotten a phone call. Andy had been shot while on patrol in Afghanistan, and he was on life support. I remember hanging up the phone and just almost as if I was just frozen. I didn't really know what to think. For a minute, I thought that this might be a good thing because Andy could come home. I was 34 weeks pregnant. But then it also clicked that he was on life support. And I knew that it wasn't good. So on the 5th day, on February 19th of 2011, was the day that I finally decided that it was time to let him go. I don't really know how to explain how I felt. It was more like a fog for me because I was scared and I felt alone and I didn't know if I could do it by myself. I felt like it's one of those moments that you don't really want to feel sorry for yourself, but then it's like, well, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. Whenever Landon was born, it was one of those days that was just very bittersweet. And the first time that I looked at Landon, it was just like, I knew that that was my gift. I knew that that was my gift to help me get through this. That I had a part of Andy with me, and he was my little, it was like my little angel that I got to help me through my sleepless nights and my days and help me go on. And even to this day, you know, he is my everything. He's my world. He's 4 years old now, and he has been just an incredible blessing for me. I love seeing him as something that me and his dad created. So every day when I wake up in a state of me wanting to make sure that I am a good example for Landon. I want him to always hear that he's strong, and I want him to see through me that he can do anything that he wants and he can overcome anything. I actually got in touch with Folds of Honor when I was still completing my bachelor degree. And one of the huge blessings that I got with Folds of Honor is that they agreed to help me pay for my tuition for graduate school. I'm able to finally do something that I can focus on what I love, which is social work and working with people. And I only hope that I can help others one day too, in the same way that I was helped. I also found out about their Future Youth Scholarship. So I was able to sign Landon up for the Future Youth Scholarship. Landon gives me the drive to beat this battle and to win and to not let it overcome us. And Andy, I knew that Andy would want the best for Landon and for me. And if I give up, then I'm not doing what Andy would want me to do. He's just gonna be something great one day. I just have this feeling because he's already so smart, and I want for him to grow up and know that his dad was a hero and know that he also is a little hero because of what he represents. I want him to one day grow up and be confident in that and to live out his dreams.